Hopefully hopefully I'm right in front of the camera. Hi guys, it's been a minute. I do know that. It's good to see you guys again. So if this seems a little bit awkward, I apologize. It is because it's been so long. I don't remember how I used to intro these things, and I just wanted to come on here and talk and kind of update you guys of what's been going on, things that are happening, all that stuff, right? All right, so what's going on, you guys? It's Alex here. I think that's how I used to intro these things. So you're probably watching this video like, whoa, I haven't seen you in a while. Where the hell have you been? Well, let me tell you, life happened. Life happened. I've been working a lot part-time at a construction company. I'm working in the finance, on the main office with the financial division of a construction company in Washington, D.C. But aside from that, I have been in training in the gym a lot. I'm not competing at the moment, but I've continued to train to get stronger, to get bigger. And also working on technique and all that stuff. So for those of you that know me for my para powerlifting stuff with Team USA, I'm still technically doing that as well. So I've been busy with a lot of that. But on top of that, I've been, for the past since the middle of last year, since the middle of 2022. So let's call it about 9 months, 8, 9. I've been working on a special project that I am ready to announce. I've already announced it on all my socials. For those of you who watch this video that know, that are following me on my socials. So you guys know, but for those who don't, I've been working on a really special project, and I'm ready to talk about it here with you guys. But before I tell you guys what it is, I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of backstory. So 10 years ago, I thought to myself, and mind you, I am 27 years old now. Today, as of last November, 2022 November, I am 27 years old. Okay, so 10 years ago, so I was 17. I decided that I wanted to do something that I'd never done before, and that was to create a comic book character, a superhero comic book character, mind you. And so I took out a piece of paper, and I started writing names, powers, ethnicities, like everything about this character. I started writing down on paper, and the reason I did that was because I was 17. I didn't have a job, and so writing it on paper was the only thing I could do. Until I was able to get, some cash flow. Fast forward to the middle of last year. I have a job, pretty steady income, And I was like, you know what? This in 10 years, this idea has never left my mind. So if there is ever a time to do this, it's right now. So I started writing a basic plot of a story, right? When, you know, point A, point B, point C, all the way to point Z, just the plot points. But what I couldn't figure out was the journey to get from point A to point B to point C to like all the stuff in the middle, right? So I talk with writers, I talk with other comic book creators, I talk with authors of novels, like just actual like novels, not comic books, and it helped. But at the same time, I was also more confused than ever. So in my time of trying to figure out how to do this, I reached out to freelance writers. And I said, hey, I have this idea for a comic book character. He's a young 20-something-year-old male with a disability called spina bifida, which if you guys know me personally, you guys know that I have it, that I have spina bifida. So I said, 20-something-year-old guy, he has spina bifida, but he's also a superhero. He has superpowers. What superpowers? Super strength and super speed. And I picked those particular powers for a very specific reason. Looking, you know, at the repertoire of, you know, superheroes that are in popular media today, right? You do have some who are disabled, right? Who have a disability. You got technically Cyclops. Sticking with the X-Men, you got Professor X himself, who is a wheelchair user, right? You have Daredevil, who is blind, and so many more. Moon Knight, who he's gaining popularity now. I would say that he has some sort of an emotional and mental disability of sorts. If you guys disagree with me, you know, let me know in the comments if you disagree with me on that, if you call whatever he has a disability or not. I personally do, because I think disabilities can be physical, mental, and emotional. So, like I said, Moon Knight, Professor X, Cyclops, Daredevil, so more than I thought there were. Like, those are just four right off the top of my head. But I was talking with a friend of mine, and there's a whole list of a huge list of superheroes that have disabilities. But there aren't any that I knew of at the time where the person was physically disabled, like Professor X, but had physical superpowers, so super strength and super speed. Professor X does not have super strength or super speed. His powers are of the mind, telekinesis, all that whatever stuff. Like that's what Professor X has. Those are his powers. But could not remember of any physically disabled, like Professor X, superhero that was able to have physical powers, super strength, super speed, super whatever, right? So I decided to make one. And I came to find out later that there is one superhero. It's not very well known to my knowledge because I didn't know about him until recently. And I believe he only has one comic book. I could be wrong, but I've only ever been able to find one. His name is the Silver Scorpion. And he has a disability where he's paralyzed from the waist down, and he uses a wheelchair. And his powers have to do with bending metal to his will. So he's basically like a teenage, because this is a teenage version of Magneto with a disability. That's what I gathered from doing research on the Silver Scorpion. But I wanted to throw my hat in the ring. So I created Whirlwheel, right? And Whirlwheel was not born with his powers. Whirlwheel was, I guess, given his powers. He gained his powers in an accident. He participated in a study, a medical study with doctors and scientists, and it went wrong. It went wrong, but the resulting factor, or the result of the studies going wrong, is that he gained super strength and super speed. And those are two powers that I can relate to very well. In a way. Growing up, I was always, very fast. I was always speeding in the hallways at school. And I was doing a lot of, cardiovascular sports, like tennis, ice hockey, basketball. I did track and field for a little bit. So like all these cardiovascular sports where I had to be fast. So I actually ended up, gaining the nickname Speedy Gonzalez from my teachers in the school. One, because I'm fast, and two, because part of my last name is Gonzalez. So, Speedy Gonzalez. So I know what it is to be fast. And then his other power, my superhero's other power, is super strength. And the reason I chose that is it's a little deeper. So growing up, as I said, I was an athlete growing up. So I did a whole bunch of sports. I grew stronger because of them, in different forms. As I got older, I got into weightlifting. So being strong was always a part of my life in a way. But the other facet of strength that I hold on to is, because of my disability, I have been faced with a lot of trials. As have we all. All of us have had our own trials. Mine have just been a little bit more life-threatening. Because of my spina bifida, I, in my life, have gone through, as of right now, at the age of 27, 13 surgeries. 3 on my head, 3 on my back, 1 on my ankle, because I had a clubbed foot. I had on my neck. I have several scars on my abdomen from past surgeries. So, and they all had risks, right? They all had a risk tied to them of, you know, some sort of a complication, or at the most extreme, death. There was always a chance that I would not be here today. But I got through it. My family and I, we got through it. And it was through sheer inner strength, right? And through the help and the love of my family and my friends. But also, I always had comic books that helped me out. You know, I always, reading the stories. And how, there's always somebody in trouble, but the superhero, whoever it is always there to save the day. But while those helped, I never really could relate, because I couldn't see myself in them. And so I wanted to create something that I wanted to create something now as a young man, as an adult, that I wish that I had when I was a kid, growing up in those kind of life-threatening situations, and even just regular day-to-day, just somebody that I could relate to and look up to on the page. So the stories that I will be telling are very much stories about disability and overcoming. But I hope that the way that I write them, the way that they're written, the way that they're portrayed in the drawings, in the illustrations, can appeal to everyone, no matter whether you have a disability or not. But on top of the comic book, I have been working on merch that will be complementary to the comic book. And as some of you may know, I am a cosplayer. I love making costumes and wearing them out and just having a good time. I've been working on a costume, and it's not 100% ready yet. It's not, but it will be very soon. And when it is, I will do a video dedicated to showing off the costume. And my hope is that what I would like to do with this costume is to be able to go to to events and to schools and hospitals in costume and just talk with the kids, interact with kids of all ages. You could be a kid who's 5 or a kid who is 99. If you, I would love to be able to interact with you in character. So I will be doing a dedicated video when I am done with that. But going back to the merch, I worked with an artist who I'm still working with now even, because she wanted to do a variant of the design that she and I collaborated on. Now, with the comic book, I already have an artist who is working very diligently on this comic book, and it looks amazing, right? For the pages that I'm getting back are absolutely incredible, and I'm so happy with it. But when I advertised on Twitter that I needed an artist, I got so many responses from artists that wanted to help me out with this project. If you are one of them, and you are watching this video, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for reaching out to me and wanting to bring this story to life. I am forever grateful. And I have to the people that I have, reached out to, because there were so many that I have not been able to talk with all of you. But to the people that I did reach out to, and to the ones that I didn't, if you are watching this and I haven't reached out to you, or we haven't spoken, reach out to me again, and I will keep you on my radar for future installments of my comic book, because I want this to be a series. I keep in touch with me, because I want to maybe work with you for future installments, other characters, because I want to create other characters as well, under the same kind of like umbrella. So yeah, if you are watching this and you were one of the people that wanted to work with me, get in touch with me, because I want to talk. Now, going back again to the merch, because I'm kind of going all over the place. The artist that I spoke with that is not working on my comic, but really wanted to work with me, she and I spoke very in depth about things that she could create that I can use to sell, right? And she created for me a design that I love it so much. I absolutely I love it. And using the design that she made for me, I have for sale on my Etsy shop, which I will be linking down in the description below, 16 by 20 posters. So if you want a 16 by 20 poster, I will be linking my Etsy shop in the description down below. And now, I'm gonna go get my poster to show you guys. All right, hi guys, again. Are you guys ready to see this? Hopefully it'll show the whole thing. Regardless, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna back you up just so that you guys can get a little bit more. There, that should be good right there. Yeah, that should be more than enough. So I have it right here in my hands. I'm gonna put it up the camera, and I am gonna cover my face so that you can get a good look at it. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? I freaking love this. I freaking love this so much. I hope that this is, you know, coming out, holding it like this. This is beyond anything I could have imagined. This is far beyond anything I could have imagined for a poster design. And like I said, this is a 16 by 20. If you guys want one, I will be linking my Etsy shop in the description down below. There are currently 98 available. But at the same time, the artist that made this is working on a variant where, I don't know if you could tell, but his hands, he's wearing white gloves, or like a suit that has the hands kind of integrated into it, and they're white. But in my original design, he's wearing yellow/gold gloves, like similar to the color of his helmet in this photo. So she very, very graciously, free of charge, is gonna go back and make a variant of this with the gold gloves. And I'll be able to, when I'm able, I'll be able to get a run of 100 of that variant to sell. The reason I say 100 and I have only 98 in these is because we have one sale already of these, and I wanted to keep one for my room. I wanted to keep one to hang on my wall. I haven't hung it yet, but I wanted to keep one to hang on my wall because I am so happy of this, so proud of it. But yeah, so these are my posters. They're up for sale on my Etsy shop. And I will be linking that, and I'll be linking that as well as all of my socials. So I have an Instagram, and I have a Twitter, and I have a Pinterest, because I've pretty much switched my shop from a personal to a business on, not my shop, my Pinterest account from a personal to a business account for Pinterest. So I will be linking my Instagram, my Twitter, my Pinterest, my Facebook, because we do have a Facebook page. So I'll be linking all of it in the description down below, as well as my Etsy shop. And I will do my best to keep you guys updated. When new things happen, when I will let you guys know when the comic book drops, because I will be selling them on my Etsy shop. I will let you know. I'll let you know all of it. You know, like I want you guys to see this. I want to share this with you guys. So if you guys are interested, follow my socials. Follow my Etsy shop. I promise that I will keep you guys updated no matter what, because this is something that means so much to me. It's 10 years in the making, and we are months away from the comic book dropping, and my posters are currently selling. And again, I will keep you guys updated of my cosplay of my character, because I've been building this costume for months, and I'm so happy with it thus far. So I will actually be also linking my Instagram for my cosplay account down below, because while I will be doing other cosplays, my main focus for my cosplay account is going to be my superhero and any other character that I create in the series. So if you want to keep up to date on that, I will also be linking my cosplay Instagram down below. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, a great evening, a great afternoon, a great night, whenever you guys are watching this. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week, month, year. Have an amazing life. I wish you guys all the best in everything you do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.